Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Michaela and I'm going to do today with you a new tutorial step-by-step video where I'm going to show you how I'm sewing the Elisa jumpsuit. Sorry for my limited space. I've got here my two front pieces, right? These are my linings, two front linings, because it's always better for the breast side to have a little extra fabric. I've got here my straps already cut, and this will be my mesh ruffles as well, and these are my two back pieces. So actually, first thing I'm going to do start with is attaching my lining pieces to my main fabrics, and I'm going to place it like this on top of each other, so the main fabric is placed on top of the lining. I'm using for the lining a lycra fabric, since I find it a similar color tone. Lining I wouldn't have, perhaps I would have only like a skin color, so yeah, I don't mind using a lycra for the lining. And what I'm actually doing right now, I am pinning, and what I'm going to do after, I am going to do a bust stitching. If you've been with me to any of my videos, you will probably know I do a lot of bust stitching. This is actually just made to maintain the two layers of fabric together. So yes, I am going to do that. Once I'm done, I will place it better after. And I just wanted to show you, I'm just going to do the sides, and the lower part I'm not going to do, right? So it will be just the sides and kind of like the center of the breast. All right, that is one. I will step it aside, and here will be the second one, and the same, I place it on top. And I want the kind of like the main side of the fabric, the nicer side of the fabric, to be obviously facing me, right? So that is why you're gonna need to see from the lining the shinier part facing me. So I'm going straight ahead, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing a bust stitching. So like I said, this is meant to practically secure the two layers of fabric together. I will not do anything else for the lining with the lycra, right? But it will just kind of be shadowing, right? So I've got here my sewing machine prepared. And bust stitching is just a straight stitch with on the highest stitch length. Let me check where I've put my needles. All right, I think I've got everything. So here we go. Now if I would find all of my... Okay, so as I said, the bust stitching is just a securing stitch, and what I'm going to do, I make these little tiny cuts into it. Why? This is to allow stretch later, right? So I'll be doing these little cuts, and once I'm done, I will continue with the other sides and this side. Once I'm finished, I will be doing it off camera. I'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've sewn my my lining for both two front pieces, right? I'll just put everything aside so it's orientated towards that direction, just for you to know. Okay, this is the center of your chest, right? And the next thing, I am going to connect the front piece. I'm going to connect it until this area, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place one side on top of the other, and I'm going to pin it here like this, because this way it's going to be easier to attach the mesh ruffle. Okay, here it is. So now I am going to do a bust stitch, because I I always like to do a bust stitch to make sure that it's together, and afterwards I'm going to my serger, or how you prefer to say, my overlocker, and I'm going to serge it. You don't need to add elastic, you just need to serge over. If you do not have a serger, no problem, you can just do a zigzag stitch over here. Okay, so I've got here my my two front pieces connected, right? And they are looking like this right now. And the next step will be to attaching the ruffled mesh. As you see, there is like a more curvier, the little part which starts is tiny bit curvier, so that will be starting in the upper part of the top. I'm just going to try to move it like this. So I'm going to attach it. I'll first be pinning it, and you have to try not to stretch it whatsoever, like this. So yeah, I'm pinning until lower, until the center part. I just wanted to show you until where I'm pinning it. So I'm pinning until the center part. Just so you know, I do not connect the meshes together. Even so, I did cut one mesh a little longer, so that it's one side, right? And you can have it hang it a little longer if you wish, and if not, obviously you can trim it. I did cut mine longer. Now afterwards I will trim it to my pleasure, to the desired size. So now I will be doing the same thing on the other side. So I'm practically pinning the mesh all along the other side, and then I will just simply cut whatever I find too long, right? Once I've pinned, I will be doing a bust stitching to secure, and once I'm done, this I will be doing it off camera. Once I'm done, I will show you the next step. Okay, so I've attached my mesh, right? And for the moment, I will leave it aside. Look how beautiful it looks like. This is not the end, but I would like first to attach my my back pieces to my front piece, so then it's like a bigger part. So I'm taking one of the back pieces and I'm going to place it facing right side together. I'm going to place it on top of one of my front pieces like that, and I'm going to pin it until down, right? And I'm going to repeat the same for the other side. Have in mind that I will be doing this everything off camera, right? And I will show you the next step when I will be ready. So I've placed, like would be the continuation like that, down from my back piece. I've placed it on top of my front piece. Yes, we still haven't connected the back pieces together. We will connect it after, but first thing we're just going to pin and serge the sides of the jumpsuit. Okay, so I have here how a jumpsuit starts to look much more ready. So I have here the front piece unified with the back piece, right, like that. So it's like a really big piece. And now what we're going to do, we're going to place one side on top of the other, and I am going to pin just this little part of the back piece. So sorry. And I'm going to do this step together with you because it's only a very tiny step. So I'm actually just going to pin this little bit. And then I'm going straight on serging. Perfect. So sorry. Okay. Okay, so the back pieces are also connected to each other, and now the only part we still have left is practically connecting, well, not the only part, but the part of like the construction, the main, it's connecting the under the between legs part, which of course once we've connected this big back piece, now it's so much easier. So it's much easier to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin all along this let's call it leg opening, and afterwards I'm going to serge it. I will be doing all this off camera, but I just wanted to show you that I always start pinning from the I always start pinning from the main seam, from the center seam, and I will be going all along the leg. I'll be doing this off camera. I will serge it all around. Once I'm done, I'll come back to show you the next step. Okay, so I'm back. I've finished the between the legs part of my jumpsuit. I have it all over here, and now I will keep it turned on the wrong side of the fabric. Why? Because I'm going to attach elastic on the lining side, like would be, or on the wrong side of the fabric. So I'll be attaching elastic in the front part where we have the mesh, and as well in the back part all along. I know sometimes you're asking me if the elastic is obligatory. It's not, but when you're going to do a top stitching, you want to avoid you will want to avoid waving, and obviously elastic will help you with that. So that being said, on the front, I'm going to show you just on one side. On the front part, I am going to attach the elastic with you here, and rest I will be doing it off camera. I'm attaching transparent elastic, so I place it underneath like this, and I'm really not I'm not pulling the elastic, maybe just slightly tiny bit. I am guiding it, and I go very careful because I do not want my mesh to be caught in between. So as you see, I go little by little. And look how beautiful it is. It is creasing tiny bit, but that's not a problem because once I will do the top stitching, then the crease will actually be laying flat. So I'll be continuing it off camera. I'll be doing it all along. I'll be doing still a bit more with you, just to show you the how I'm going around in the center. So that's that. And every now and then I am lifting the fabric to check that my mesh is not being caught in between, because I don't want to cut it or whatsoever. So you see I got here to the center, and I want to make sure that my mesh is nicely laying underneath, and I just keep going. Of course, if you do not have a serger, you can always do this with a zigzag stitch. Like I said before, perhaps it's a little slower the process, but you will get as well a beautiful result. Okay, that being said, I will be continuing to do all this off camera. Once I'm done, I will be doing the back part as well, and afterwards I go to my cover stitch and I will be top stitching it. Yes, I do have an industrial cover stitch which I will be using for this project, as obviously this is a jumpsuit ordered for a client of me, so I want to give her the best professional results. If you do not have a cover stitch, you can always do this with your zigzag stitch on your normal sew machine. I did a lot of videos with the top stitching, done with a cover stitch, with a zigzag stitch, so it's actually completely possible. Okay, I see here that my elastic got ruched, so I need to undo it a little bit. Talking too much doesn't always help. Yes, I will correct this tiny bit, and once I'm done, I'll do the back part. Okay, so we are getting closer to the end. I've already attached the elastic, like I told you, all along the back piece and as well the front piece. I have this transparent, beautiful elastic, and I've got here my my straps, which I will be attaching them to the neck. And before I will be doing the top stitching, first I will be attaching the straps, right? So I will turn it on the right side of the fabric, and I will make sure that the mesh is not really in the way, and I will be placing the strap just like that. So I will be kind of like facing right side with the right side, and I will do a a straight stitch. So the moment when it will turn, it will look like this. Okay, so just a straight stitch over the strap. You have to make sure that perhaps for this stitch you don't have like the biggest top stitch, the biggest stitch length. So I adjusted it to about 3.5, something like this. All right, and then it will be so much easier to fold inside and to top stitch. I'll be doing this on the other side as well with the other strap as well. So I'll be placing on top just like that. So as you can see, I'm going a few times over, back and forth. Why? Because I want my stitch to be very secure, and I don't want it to come loose by any chance. And now, next step, it will be to do a top stitch all over. I'll be turning my jumpsuit on the right side of the fabric, like this. Perfect. And I will be folding it inside like this. Obviously I will start it from the top, but I will be folding it inside like that, and then do a top stitch all along. In case you do not have a cover stitch, you can do this with a zigzag stitch. And I did show in a lot of my videos, if your sewing machine has problems with thicker layers, you can always use this hump jumper. It's so useful. You place it in the back of your foot, and it helps lifting the back of your foot so you can stitch over. I'll be doing this step off camera because obviously I'm just top stitching with my cover stitch. So I'll be doing it all along the back, and as well all along the front, and as well in the end of my bottoms, right? That will be also done folding it inside. I'll be folding it about 1.5 centimeters, or perhaps this is too even, but I go around 1.5 centimeters. I fold it inside, and I top stitch it to do a nice finishing part. Once I'm done, I will be marking on my pattern. I'll be marking on my pattern where I will attach the little straps, which will hold obviously the top in place. I will be showing it to you. This would be the last step before finishing. Okay, so I'm ready to do here the final step. I've already marked on my pattern where the straps, the cross straps should go. I have here the other jumpsuit, so they should look like that, crossed straps up and down. So I've got here my straps ready, and I basically place it under let me just check where is the center. This is my center, and this is, so I basically place the strap under, so on the wrong side of the fabric. I place it like this. Lower the foot, and I will be doing a straight stitch over. As you see, it's about on 3. This for one side. And the other strap, I will cross it. You can see here is just about a finger and a half above, so I'll be doing the same thing, a finger and a half above, placing it underneath, just exactly the same way as I did with the other one. And now we will cross them on the other side, so the upper strap will go lower, so we'll go here where I marked my fabric, so the same, I'm placing it underneath. I just want to make sure that it's exactly the same distance as the first one, like that. Perfect. Of course, if you do have another technique, if you prefer, you can pin it. I don't feel like I should be pinning it. This is just more than enough for me. Okay, and now I'll be attaching the other one, and I'll be doing the upper crossed straps off camera because it's exactly the same step actually. So like I said, the up goes down and the down goes up. The same, I want to check everything to be completely matching, so I will be placing it, as you can see, just here. Of course, perhaps now is a good moment to pin it so it doesn't move at all. I go anyways very careful. All right, pin can go off. Okay, so the cross straps, the lower cross straps are already sewn in. Now I'll be doing it the same on the other side, but of course this would be done off camera. If you have any other questions, please feel free to write me. I'm always happy to help you. Here how it looks like, and if not, I wish you happy sewing. Hola Maya, buenas tardes. Mira, te voy a enseñar que hice una pequeña modificación en la... honey, can you open please? En el vestido, porque te he añadido así de lado, esto, así. Y te he puesto también una banda aquí para que sea mejor, más cómodo para la varillita. Y también aquí, ¿ves? Aquí también te he puesto una banda de lado por el tema de la medida. La verdad es que yo me lo he probado y queda súper bonito, me encanta, especialmente con esto de lado así. El color es muy similar, así que queda súper bien, ¿vale? Y el mono ya está, ya te lo hice. Me ha quedado precioso. Ahora voy a empaquetar y voy rápido a ARM, voy a dejarlo, ¿vale?